Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is an update video of just how I found January and how January has treated me, because gonna be honest, it has not been the best of months, and you will find out more in this video why it hasn't been the best. So go grab yourself a hot chocolate, a tea, a coffee, some biscuits, like fruit, anything you want, and just enjoy this little chatty video. Beginning of January it was fine, like admittedly New Year's wasn't the way I wanted it anyway, but that happened. And then I went back to work on the 4th of January, worked for a week, and then the next week someone in my house got symptoms for COVID, so from then we had to isolate. Is the week that they started having symptoms. I was wearing a mask around the house, like I was doing exercise, like I was fine, like I felt on top of the world compared to them. So I was like, I'm not gonna get it and all this sort of stuff, like, you know, I was being very, very safe. I ended up getting symptoms on the 18th, and I woke up on the 18th and I was like, I'm so tired. So I stayed awake for about a couple of hours, and then I literally had a nap for like 5 hours, and then I woke up for like a couple of hours, and then I went back to sleep again. So those, like the 18th and 19th, I don't remember what I did on those days. Like honestly, I think I just slept those days. Like I don't think I went on my laptop. I think I didn't even really use my phone. I did not film any footage from when I was right at the beginning of my symptoms, because I just wasn't up to it, and I kind of wish I had in my mind, like I kind of wish I had filmed what it was like those first few days, because it was horrible. And I know I didn't get it the worst. Like usually I'm blasting music through my speakers, or I'm like watching YouTube videos, but I wasn't doing either of them. I was literally just in my bed it wasn't good, let me tell you that. So after that, I felt a little bit better on the 20th, and I was managed to like get out of my bed and just walk around and get some food for myself, do a little bit of activities here and there. Fast forward to about the 20th, another person in my house contracted symptoms as well. Bearing in mind, I hadn't had a test at this point, because I was like, it could just be like a cold, or like, I know I've got COVID, so what's the point of me getting a test? However, another person in my house then got symptoms, and they went and had a test, and their test came back positive. And seems as like me and that person were due back to work the next week, it wouldn't be good for us to go back to work if we had COVID. So I can't remember, 21st or the 22nd, I booked my test and I went to go get it done. Now I have footage from the night before I went and got my COVID test, and here is that now. So I have been trying to get to sleep for about an hour now, and I feel so like tired and so like drained. That's why I've been trying to get to sleep the past hour, and I just can't. And like I've noticed a cough is coming on as well. Yeah, I have the test tomorrow at 8 AM. No, 9 AM, so I need to be awake for that. But I can't get to sleep. And I look like this, like my face is breaking out. I have like 10,000 spots, and it's not good. And I have bags, and in general we just don't look good. But I'm hoping in a week's time we look better. So the morning of my test, I woke up, I had my test booked for 9 AM in the morning, which was great. And yeah, this happened. So I'm on the way to get my COVID done, and we've just slipped on the ice. So yeah, it was only a small slip, but we slipped on the ice. And then I went to go get my test done, I didn't film getting the test done because I thought that was a little bit too gross, and I just didn't know how I was going to react to it. So I have a little bit of footage from after I got the test done, and here it is. So I just got back from having my COVID test done. Honestly, like, I cried. Like, it was the thought of, because it goes in your mouth first and they take it out, and then you take it out and then you put it up your nose, and it was that thing of like, it's going from your mouth into your nose. Like, that got me. So that made me cry, hysterically. I don't know what it was, but yeah, our breakouts are like this guy, I have this guy here on this side, these guys, like, it's not a good time, like, facial wise. Like, this lighting is okay, kind of, but if I put you another light in, no, it would just go horrible. And even though I washed my hair like the other day, it looks slightly greasy, but I also think that's the way I've got it. It always looks a little bit ugly when I put it like this, but I can't be bothered. Like, honestly, I haven't been sleeping well, and they say it like knocks you out, but I haven't been sleeping well at all, and then I'll wake up and I'll be during the day and I'll just feel so like dizzy and just drained, basically. Like, I know I haven't got the worst of it, that's the thing. I haven't got the worst of it at all, and I realise I'm so lucky. I do have a bit of a blocked nose, but I don't know if that's because my whole body's run down and everything, so I will update you when I get my test results. So I woke up the next day and I received a text saying that I was positive for COVID-19. Obviously, I knew in the back of my head that I had COVID, but it was just for work's sake and keeping the public safe, basically. And I know I haven't had COVID as worse as some people, and I am very fortunate in that matter. I'm not saying I've had it the worst, and I'm very lucky that I've recovered so quickly, and I feel sorry if you've lost anybody due to COVID, or they've had it really bad, or you can't see anyone. Honestly, it is the worst. But this was my experience with it, and I just hope it puts awareness out there that it is horrible. Even if you don't have to go to hospital, it is a horrible thing to get, and people have said like they've never felt anything like it, and that is true. That is very true. So I have another little bit of footage from the next day. I believe this is 2 days after I've had my test results. So it's the 24th of January, about 9:30 at night. I've just tried to be productive for the past, I don't know, hour, I want to say, because it's taken that long. So I had a shower, like a little body shower. I know my hair needs washing, but I just don't have the energy for that. I've just tried cleaning my room a little bit because it was getting too messy for my liking, so I just put away some clean clothes and just gave a little bit of a tidy, so it just looks a little bit better for the week ahead. Not that this week's going to be doing anything special at all, but yeah, I'm trying to just keep plodding along, basically, until I get better. Originally I was meant to be going back to work this week, but now because of testing positive, I am due into work next week. Some of the symptoms that I had, because I know that might be interesting to some people, I kind of like lost some of my appetite. I'm in like a calorie deficit anyway, however I was eating way under my calorie deficit. I just wasn't hungry for the majority of the day, and then I would just force myself to have like something in the evening just so that I could try and like help my body like restore itself to its, you know, original state. But yeah, I lost my appetite, and also I did not know this was a symptom of COVID, but apparently it is. Like, I was emotional. Like, I probably cried like 4 or 5 times in 1 week, because it was just, it was so draining. And like, I thought I was an emotional person anyway. Like, here I am being emotional, but apparently, yeah, it does mess around with your emotional balance, hormones, whatever. I was drained, I was very tired. As I said, I was sleeping for days, or the night before I had the test, and a couple of other nights as well. Like, I only slept for about 6 hours. It was very, very odd. Like, my sleeping pattern is usually good, but for some reason this was like really messing up my sleep schedule. Another symptom was, for about 4 days, I want to say 4 or 5 days, I had a really horrible like just cold. So like, I had a runny nose, I had a headache, and it was sort of like a strange headache as well. So my mom described her headache as like pushing here, and I felt that as well. It was so gross. Like, I was blowing my nose constantly. I couldn't breathe out of one nostril, and then it would switch to another nostril. It just wasn't nice. Another symptom I had was high temperature. Honestly, it wasn't nice. Like, I've known to like have different temperatures throughout the day, but this was just constantly a high temperature. I just didn't feel well at all. I have an update from the 27th, I believe. So this was quite recently, and as I said, now I'm feeling better, but you can see what I was like a couple of days ago. So it's the 27th of January today, and I'm feeling a lot better than what I was. I still feel a little bit drained. I still look a bit drained. We still have like some breakouts, but I definitely feel better than what I have been, basically. Yeah, so it's been about a week and a half now, and my 10 days of isolation are up. I finally went for a walk the other day, and it was so good. I hadn't been out the house apart from that one time to get my COVID test done, but I hadn't been out the house just to walk. Like, we have a dog, like, just to like walk her. It was so good just to get out, and also just to like do general things like have a shower, put makeup on, get dressed into something nicer than like pajamas. It feels so good to be like back on a normality sort of track. So as you can tell, COVID was a major part of my January, and obviously how I felt during January, but there are other things that have been on top of that as well. So I just want to chat to you about them, because this is an update of my life. As I was meant to be doing the Fitness Marshall Challenge in January, I only completed the first 2 weeks of it before my energy levels significantly dropped. So that video is now going to be postponed, because it was meant to be coming out the day that you're watching this video. However, it is now going to be coming out on the 18th of February. So look out for that if you're interested in fitness challenges or anything along those lines. If you watched my goals video for 2021, you will know that one of my goals this year is to save money, like big time. However, being at home, like with nothing else to do apart from scroll through the internet, I spent quite a bit of money in January, more than I'd hoped to, with online shopping. Like, I'm sure those like online brands appreciate it and other people appreciate it, but my bank balance doesn't appreciate it. But the thing is, like, I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I just can't help it. Like, I'll put things in my basket I will close down the tab, and then when I reopen that website, the things that I like are still in that basket, and I just end up clicking buy. Apple Pay needs to be taken away from me. So everyone, that was my January update. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe. Comment also how your January has been. Has it been good to you? Has it been bad to you? I want to know that I wasn't in this boat alone. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in my next video.